Ben Poole here for Finextra at World Retail Congress 2014. We're going to talk a little bit now about how MasterCard partners with the retail industry. And joining me to discuss this are Katharina Eklof, who's Senior Vice President, Global Merchant and Acceptance Development, and Ling Hai, who is President of Enterprise Development at MasterCard. Katharina, what is your assessment of the retail industry right now?
MasterCard works very intimately with retailers across the world, but we also see that the pace that retailers are evolving is very different depending on which region you look into. So we work with the Americans, Latin America, AP, Middle East, and Europe. And it's in essence, there are three things that are top of their agenda and that's driving the evolution. So first of all, it's a very strong focus on CRM, which has, I would say, exponentially increased because you need to be much more focused and be able to do the one-to-one. Secondly, technology. They're all hesitantly reflecting on which technology should I invest in order to be ahead when mobile catches up, and in the same time being able to cater for the consumers who are still want to be treated and shopping in a traditional way. And the third area is international expansion. So many retailers today are looking beyond their home markets. We've come to, here at the Retail Congress, many of the retailers are actually celebrating over 100 years in practice. And it means that they've caught their share in the home market and looking beyond markets. And those are actually the three areas that MasterCard is working with the retailers on.
Ling Hai, how is MasterCard's relationship with retailers changing as a result of this?
First of all, I think we're treating them as customers whose relationships need to be managed and nurtured. Merchants are increasingly becoming a very important of the commerce ecosystem. So obviously they're a huge stakeholder for us. They're not just a party where our cards are accepted. And more importantly, with the emergence of e-commerce, omni-channel, new technology, I think we need to work really, really closely with them, and that's what we're doing. There's money to be made in working on the core payment side, but there's also additional revenue we can generate by working with merchants and provide them with the value-added services, such as the fraud area that Kat just talked about, also intelligence, loyalty. So there are many, many areas that we can work on with them.
And how do you think MasterCard can make a difference in retail?
So first of all, the core pillar of our value proposition to the retailers is our data. So informing and supporting the retailers with enhanced understanding of their consumers. And that's the first proposition. Secondly, it's bringing our platforms and technology to support them across the value chain. Ling Hai started to talk about fraud. As the merchants move into e-com, we see that on average retailers have about 20% of lost sales of different reasons, and with our fraud tools we can actually support them to both increase their sales and ensure that the customers get a greater satisfaction.
MasterCard has all the technologies and tools and solutions to make sure merchants don't suffer from the data compromise, the fraud loss, which will really eat into their margins. So that's very important. And we know our consumers as well with the data that we have. So I think Kat talked about how we can help them drive more loyalty, and it's both before, during, and after the shopping experience. But I think there's also the traditional areas such as co-branding. I mean, we'll continue to work with our large retailers on these co-branded programs. It gives them a way to generate additional revenue streams, but it's also a way for them to understand their customers better, also generate more loyalty among their customers. So I think there's a multitude of different things. With the emergence of technology, MasterCard is a technology company. We're also able to provide our retailers with a lot of mobile-based payment technologies and tools as well. So those are the areas that we do.
And as the last one, good segue into innovation. So MasterCard actually works in what we call co-development. So we alluded earlier to that they're looking to international expansion. And as new consumers are coming out, they will have a need for different types of tools. So be it cards, be it financing. So MasterCard actually provides those platforms where retailers enables them for a seamless international expansion. And just the last one, going back to mobile, we're testing with our retail partners mobile solutions to facilitate that seamless omni-channel experience. it's still very nascent, but some of the larger, really global players are partnering with us to test solutions and find their way through how to engage the consumer in a truly seamless way with the mobiles.
Well, thank you very much both for joining us.
Thank you.
Well, thank you.